Welcome to this channel. I'm Lakeisha, and in today's video, I'm going to share my simple trading plan for US30, including my full analysis, entries, profit targets, no matter if the market goes up or down. So make sure you stay until the end, mainly because people have seen some amazing results with these videos, like this person in particular was able to follow my analysis and then pass her prop firm challenge in just one trade. Super amazing. And then also at the end, I'm going to have a really cool PDF for you to download that puts all of these things together. So let's go ahead as usual and jump into the charts. The first thing I'm going to do is remove all drawings, and then we're going to start on the weekly time frame and clean this up a bit so that way we can all see what is happening. So let me scoot this over a little bit more. Okay, so we can see right now when it comes to US30, price this week closed bullish. So that means that there's a higher probability for price to continue bullish next week, especially because this is a really strong bullish candle right here. And we can also, if we look left, we can see that price has rejected this level before, so only time will tell. But this is something to note. So the first thing I'm going to draw off on this weekly time frame is this resistance level right here at around 40,000 flat. So if you've watched other videos, you've seen me talk about how price has not came to 40,000. Now it has. So I'm going to take this line and I'm actually going to copy it. And then I'm going to move it down to this level here around 38,980. So you probably notice that I'm not putting it at the bodies for a couple of reasons. So we're at the weekly time frame. There's a lot more price data and we're going to refine on lower levels. And then second, I do see price rejecting this level quite a bit. We see the wick came down here again. So that's why we're setting it here at the wicks in this situation. And then I'm going to copy this again. And then I'm also going to put a level right here, mainly for the same reason, because we have this zone at 38,000, roughly 300. Price has been here 3 times already and really rejected this level hard. So basically came to the zone and popped up. Really nice price movement right there. So let's go down to the daily time frame. And there we go. Don't know why that took so long. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in so that way we can look at price a little bit better. So I still like this level right here. This level is still looking amazing. And now since we're on the daily time frame, we can see that price has been rejecting this level quite a bit at 39,000 flat. So we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6, 7 rejections in this level or at this level. And then also looking in the past, we had some rejections at this level as well. So this is looking good to me, and then this is still looking good. However, I do want to add another level here on the daily time frame, and I want to move it. I kind of want to move it right here, but I really want to move it right here at 37,000, roughly 680 kind of zone. So actually, let me move this down just a little bit more because we do have a lot of wicks here. So now this is sitting at 37,665. So we're going to probably adjust it when we go down to the H4, but let's take a look going to the H4 time frame. All right, great. So now we got a lot more data here. I still like the way that this top level looks. And then if we look at recent price action, this H4 candle was really bullish, came up above the zone and then closed back in the zone. So typically when I see that happens where price breaks out and then comes back into the zone, it means that there's a higher probability for price to continue down. However, we're on a higher time frame. We have strong bullish momentum. We just got to wait and see. But we're going to mark that off when we get into our trading plan, so don't worry about that. But the line still looks good. So right here, we also have some price action, still looks good based on the same reasons as before, still looks good here. And right here, this price action still looks good as well at 37,650. So still looks good. However, I do see a minor level where price came into and it rejected this level a lot. So I'm going to draw this off at 38,058. Actually, we can probably move it down to be at 50 flat. Okay, no, actually it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Let's zoom in so we can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. So what I see right here is basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really strong rejections on the H4 time frame, and right now we're sitting at around 38,025. So I wanted to mark that off because this is a not really a minor level, but more of a significant level. It broke this strong level, but the fact that it came down and rejected all these times and then pushed up is very significant. So let's go down to the H2 time frame. Let's readjust our views. So here is most recent price action. Let's squeeze in a bit so that way we can see that this still looks good. Okay, amazing. And this looks great. This looks great. We just talked about that. So let's go ahead and scoot in to the left. Okay, this still looks good just because of all these touches here. Let's go down to the H1 time frame now. Once again, scoot, scoot, scoot. So let me move all this over. Still looking great. Okay, so this level, let me see if I can make it a little bit slimmer. I know it's a little hard to see the candles, but this is part of the process. I'm just making it slim enough so that way, let's zoom in. So that way, this line touches this resistance level here, this resistance level here, and then also this resistance level here. So there's three resistance touches here at around 40,050, and I just want to make sure that my levels are as precise as possible. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be, I want these to be touching. So there's 1, 2, 3 resistances, and then there were really big rejections at this level as well. So that still looks good. Let's reset our view so that way we could see what is happening on the other levels that we drew. All right. So just kind of like a bird's eye view, you can see that this still looks good. This still looks good. This looks great here, here, and right here. So now let's go and get a little bit more detail as far as our game plan. So actually before I zoom this in, one thing, you know what? Nope, that's actually good. Okay, so one thing I do want to do is since price, let's make this a little bit bigger. So since price came to this point, now this is the all-time high in this particular market. What I want to do is take a horizontal ray and put it right at that wick, just because that is the highest price that price has gotten to inside of this market so far. So another thing that I saw when we were drawing things out is this level right here around 39,656. So this looks like a nice support level that was formed inside of the market. And if we look, squeeze in, and if we look left here, then we could see that this was also a rejection level right here. And then I bet if we zoom in more, yeah, we do see some more rejections. It's not quite at this line, but it's really close. So I don't want to drag that out, but you can see that if we were to, actually, do I want to do that? No, actually, I like where it's at. Let me zoom in and just kind of double confirm really quick. So I see this wick here. What if I put it right there? That is at 39,639-ish. So that looks good, but then I like this wick here. So I want to focus on most recent price action, so I will actually push it up. So because we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches here with recent price action. So yeah, so I actually moved it up to around 39,600, and just take the average of that, it's like 50. So roughly 50, 55. So that looks good to me. And then also same kind of situation here. We do see a lot of choppiness here. So let me zoom in a little bit more and figure out where I want to place these levels. So, and I'm placing these levels here just because, as you know, that US30 does chop around quite a bit. And I want to make sure that I have, and these are really big zones. So I also want to make sure that I have really nice trading areas to trade from. So I drew this level right here at 39,000, roughly 235, mainly because if we were to drop from here to here, this is all clean price movement. Basically, there's no bearish candles in this big move up. There's a lot of volume. So with a market, it likes to balance itself out. So what comes up must come down. What comes down must go up. So if price was to go below here, I would want that as a trading opportunity. So let me go ahead and chat a little bit more about that. Let me extend this line. Okay, cool. And then also what I want to do is I want to measure this range right here. So I do it right there. It's a little bit cleaner. Wow, this is a huge move. So there may be even some more intraday moves inside of here if you're more of an intraday trader. These days I'm looking more for swing trades, so this is actually fine for me. So one thing I noticed here is that price came back below here. I started to talk about this earlier. Came back below here. There may be a retest, another type of retest that hit the 40,000 level, and then it may come down here and then bounce around and then continue to go back up if we continue with this bullish momentum. So my bias is going to be buys for this particular market. So that's actually, let me keep that. So that's pretty much one of the game plans. There's actually two trades in here. So the first, let me do that again, just in case you missed it. So the first idea is actually a counter trend trade. So it's going to be waiting for a retest up in here, making sure that price actually rejects this 40,000 level and then coming down all the way here. So that's trade idea number one. So trade idea number two for me is going to be if price was to come down here, I want to see price to consolidate a little bit and then go up and continue the bullish move. So that's trade idea number two for me in this situation. And that's a really nice move. And then earlier, as I started to talk about this, if price goes below 39,650, I want to get the correction, can't talk, want to get the correction of this move right here. This was a really strong bullish move up, and I would want to take that counter trend trade in order to get the correction right here. Now, I'm still interested in buys above this 38,900 and kind of 90-ish zone. So right in here, another counter trend idea would be going from here to here. But let's zoom out a bit more. I would be seriously considering sells, at least for me and the way that I trade, below this 38,982. Now that's a lot. So a lot in terms of price movement. Like this could happen. We just never know. But for the most part, I'm interested in buys above here. And like I said, taking counter trend trades below here. So let me put my little arrows so that way it's very apparent what my hypothesis is for this market. So sells below here. Oops. Sells below here. And also sells below here. So this is that. Okay, cool. And then I'm very bullish in this market, so I would be looking for buys above here, and then also buys above here. And then if for some reason price was to break above here and just continue to go, like I don't know where it's going to go, I would want to wait and see where price goes and then wait for some sort of retest and then continue up. So price could go any place up here if it continues to push up. So this is the game plan for this particular market for this week. So if you haven't already downloaded the 54 easy tips to eliminate fear and take profitable day trades, go ahead and download it. This has been a very popular download this week, and people have had some amazing things to say about it in terms of helping them with risk management, consistency, and all of these good things inside of the market. So this is it for today's video. I will see you next time.